personal shield suddenly winks out. The Master Artificer is now vulnerable to tools.
So be it. Let's see if you're faster than feet. Too bad I can't corrupt you as I did the Archives. Very well. I will deal with you myself. You pick up the Codex page the Devils were using to transform the Archons into...
Hi everyone, Aldbar here, and welcome to the live stream. Here you can ask your DDO questions, ask for DDO demonstrations, and ask for DDO advice. So please be my guest on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live. Enjoy! Hope you're all doing okay today. I see my view counter isn't working properly, but hey, that's what it is. Try to see if I can fix it some other time. Yeah, for now, we're back to trying to solo Von 5. Done a few little adjustments in the meanwhile. Go show them off. Someplace where it's less dark, so let's go to the ship. One thing I noticed about this guild airship is for some reason it's always sunny over here, so at least that. Well, since last time, I've done a few upgrades. First of all, my character finally achieved max level, so for a very long time. Second thing is, previously I was using this thing called the Immortal Sun Flask. It's this weapon you hold in your hand. It's a throwing weapon. And it has this, when it flies, I noticed it doesn't fly that fast. Basically giving me something that I could potentially compete with. I don't know why it's flying down now. Yeah, so it flies, but not that fast. But there's another two items that I was wondering about. One of them is Returning Snowball. This is from a very long time ago. Oh, come on. You can hear me, you can see me hit the side of the ship, but the thing flies way too fast. It also flies a little bit in an arc, so this isn't better because I'm looking for a projectile who's slower that I can race with. The other one was the Ball of Yarn. This is relatively new. This one flies straight, but also goes way too fast. So, at least I've confirmed that neither of these work. One of the first items that I got, though, was this thing. Glooming Filler. I don't know, whatever it's called. But this thing has a very weird arc. It goes very slow, but it doesn't fly in a straight line. So this is useless for my purpose because I can't actually use it to hit anything. So it's back to the Immortal Sun Flask. This is a item of choice. So yeah, basically I've confirmed that if I want to get this done, I'm going to need that. Second thing I've confirmed is I went back into the quest, or raid I should say, and I checked out a few things and I found out that minor adjustments need to be made, and we'll go show them off now.
You emerge into the vault's central shaft. Dirge of Karnath grins, fully at ease in it. The corridor is divided by a force wall and lined with...
I'm going to quickly disable the traps just so they don't get in the way the whole time I'm working here.
A set of controls waits at the end of the gauntlet.
These things on the wall, these control panels are like the trap box, so when I click on it, it disables the trap. It happens to disable the trap on the other side, which finally dawned on me the reasoning behind it. If disabling the trap box only disable the trap on your side, so for both sides you'd have to be standing in the trap to disable it. This way, once you've disabled one side, at least the other side, you don't have to stand in the trap while trying to do it. Yeah, this should be the last one. Okay, so I got rid of all the whirling blades in the hallway. And now it's just down to these electric traps, but I'm going to ignore them. Okay, so here's what we're facing. This lever over here, this target lever, is what we need to hit with the, well, projectile or shooting weapon. Throw it at it, it hits, turns on, and basically 5 seconds later, or something like that, it turns off. I have to have this plus all of the other switches all pulled at the same time to have all 6 lit up. Okay? Now what I found is that because of the way that this projectile works... Oh, hi, good morning. Hope you're doing okay. If I stand very far back over here and I fire this weapon, this is my previous setup. If you look at the wall over here, I mean, if you look down the hallway has like these little breaks in it. Okay, it goes up, there's like a break point, and then it breaks again. So if I draw a line directly down from this break and then directly for the side from this one, so a horizontal line here, a vertical line here, where they meet in the middle, okay, makes it look like a little triangle. So that's the place where I'm going to be aiming at when it comes to shooting this thing. But what I found out is, here, I'll show you. It actually hits the spike, and that somehow like does a splash damage and it hits the thing in the end, which is not good because it's actually shortening the travel distance, and it means instead of it going longer down the hallway, it's actually firing and going off too fast. And this was something that I didn't realize until I tested it out. So I have to modify the position just a bit. I mean, really, I can't really see where I'm throwing. So I'm standing over here next to this crack in this wall as my setup point. And now, basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim again in a vertical line down, but the horizontal line is going to be a little bit lower than that little crack. So something around, like this. This time, we'll just get back past that spike. But now it's very tricky because it almost doesn't hit this thing. So you have to be like very precise. Set up again. To be a little bit more to the side this time. And a bit more down. Come on. Every little movement of the mouse is like amplified. Should be good now. Okay, so now it had that extra travel distance, and that extra travel distance to actually hit the switch is that few, like, I don't know, that's another quarter of a second or whatever it is, that tiniest margin that I need and able to make sure that I actually hit it. So every little bit is very, very important. So yeah, I guess now we start off, and once I've explained that, well, I guess I'll explain the rest of the setup. But my pet, someplace around here, where does he go? Tell him to stand in place. I'm going to select the rune on the wall over there. And basically, I'm going to get into position over here next to this crack. Now I'm going to tell him to go and activate that rune, and as he's running, I'm going to shoot my projectile at the top part. Okay? Run off to the left and run down the other side and hopefully pull off all of the different things all at the same time. So, let's see if I got the setup right. Should be just about like this. Come on. Okay, like this. Yeah, so I got 4 out of 5, actually 5 out of 6, because he didn't pull the last lever. So that's the last part I need to try to figure out, how to get him to more consistently pull the lever, because he's not doing it. Well, he pulled it now, but that's not what I needed. Yeah, so this is what we need to get done. Also, he's going to keep on running through the traps and taking damage. I have never successfully solo opened this wing before. I've done it solitary, so that means I was playing by myself with multiple accounts, but I've never done it solo. And this is my best attempt at trying to solo it. I believe that if I can solo this, I should be able to get past the air jets and, yeah, do world first solo. Hopefully. That's what our goal is. So I think I'm going to reset, rest, and we're going to try. We'll give it a few honest attempts. Well, now that I've explained all the basics, I guess we can give it a shot. So, for anyone joining right now, this is a raid called Vault of Night, and it's part of a series, so this is Vault of Night 5. This is a raid who's also a pre-raid for another part called Vault of Night 6. And to my knowledge, since this raid was put into the game, no one has ever successfully soloed it. And that is our goal, to solo it. So, let's get it on the way.
The Drow Empress Veil stands.
Hey Fire, thank you very much for the follow.
Accounting. Several dwarven victims of the Auram's necrotic sorcery stumbled.
Yeah, so raid is basically a quest that is meant to be more challenging. When a usual quest you're allowed to have 6 players, this one is designed to have 12 players. So they're tending it to be way more challenging. And other than that, they also don't allow certain things. So you're not allowed to have like a hireling. So the only way I have any extra help is by having a pet. There's 4 different ways in the game you can have a pet. So yeah, I have 1 level of a wizard class, and then I can summon something called a skeletal knight, who's basically my helper in this particular case.
This grand artifact of magic and engineering must have cost.
Yeah, but right now we need to go get an item, a quest-specific item.
Only a third of the gate's power is generated here.
There's a character in this raid called Otto Knucklebones. And basically there's these security heads on the wall that you're supposed to talk to. And the thing is, when you talk to them, they can detect who's the voice, who's talking to them. But we've got this item that we're going to use called the Voice of the Master that will allow us to pretend like we're him. Other than that, he also has a special ring that allows him to, like a security ring that he can use to lower barriers. So we need those 2 items and able to get past certain parts of this quest. So right now we're going to go face off against Otto Knucklebones and take his ring. We're later going to have to backtrack and come back here. Yeah, we have to pick all these locks on all these doors. It's another thing that makes this raid hard. If you don't have somebody who can pick locks or magically open up locks, you're not going to be able to get past these doors. Yeah, so this is Otto Knucklebones. And he is Arcane Signet Ring.
His blood-caked fist unclenches, revealing a signet ring of exquisite beauty.
Yes, the main problem of this soloing this raid is trying to get the North Corridor, get all 6 switches, both sides of 3, get them all at the same time. And yes, I do believe that it's possible. I've done enough testing to check and see that it's feasible. So, okay, here's the Arcane Signet Ring. This is the ring we need to lower some barriers. Now that we got it, basically once we get past the North wing, we'll need to have that ring. So I'm going to get it first so I don't have to come back later, because I only want to have to get past this door once. Second thing is, all these characters, these NPCs, non-player characters who are standing in this room, you all have like special items that you can talk to them. They'll give you a single item. So like this hallway that has traps and blades. It has like electric traps and whirling blades. If you talk to them, they'll give you a shield that you can hold in your hand, and that will help you, and it'll give you electric resistance and protect you against like the blades. But we don't need that. We only need this guy over here.
Haywire Hayward seems nervous.
This guy, Haywire, he's an inventor. and he gives me
Portal reads.
the voice, Haywire's voice. There's another quest specific item. Okay, this is gonna allow us to mimic the other guy and talk to these speaking stones. So we've got these two items, and as long as I've got them in my bag, I can use them. Okay, and now we're back to this hallway. We were here just before. Now let's try to do it for real. Disabling traps is another one of those skills whose specifics to certain classes. So like you'd have to be a rogue, artificer, or a dark hunter. So I have one level of rogue, so I can do these traps. And I've got an ability called evasion, which basically means that if I have a good save, I can actually not take any damage. So this is what enables me to disable these traps. This character was specifically built with the intention of hopefully one day soloing this specific raid. Even though when I did it, I really didn't know I would be able to do it. Hey, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. Hi you all. Hope you're doing well. Hope the stream was good. Glad to see you. You're just in time to watch me try to solo Von 5. I missed a trap someplace. I've not found it. Raids. Okay, looks like we've set up everything we need. Here we go. Let's get ourselves our skeletal knight. Let's make sure he can actually pull these levers. He's gonna have enough stats, enough ability scores. So you can see my ability scores over here: wisdom, whatever, intelligence, con. So basically, you have to have like a minimum of 20 something, and for that, I had to have a special set bonus. I have these 2 rings that are putting them. If you wear both of them, you get a set bonus. It gives +8 ability stats. So I'll show you what happens if I take them off. If I tell the guy to activate this now, it tells me his wisdom is too low. So you got to put these special rings on just so I can tell my guy to go activate this thing. There you go. Now we can activate it. Same goes for this rune on the bottom. You have to have a certain amount of strength. The way this raid is designed, you're supposed to have like players from all sorts. So you have to have somebody with strength, somebody with wisdom, and somebody with a ranged weapon. So like you really need like a balanced party in order to do this. So yeah, that's kind of the logic behind this thing. Okay, placed my skeletal knight. Selecting the rune. I need him to hit the rune on the right first, because I'm going to hit the rune on the right and then tell him to no longer stand still. So he'll end up just hanging out at the end of the hallway. By then I'll be at the end of the hallway on the other side. And when he tries to approach me, he'll stand like around here. And then hopefully when I tell him to hit the lever, he'll be standing right next to it. So yeah, so here we go. Yeah, this crack in the wall is this is my setup point. Someplace around here. I've got the rune already pre-selected. Now I have to aim. I explained at the beginning of the stream I was a little bit off before, and I was actually hitting the spike in the ceiling. That was causing the thing to go off too early. So anyway, here we go. Sprint boost, and now we run. That felt very close. We got all the stuff, so. I don't know if I actually hit the target, but try again. At least I didn't mess up all the rest of the setup. And for once, I'm happy that the pet actually did his job. Well, again, we got all of them, I think. Let me just confirm something. Just make sure that I got the setup perfect. I did this a few days ago, and I'd rather make sure that I got it exactly right. Let's see. It comes down in a straight line from the crack in the ceiling. And put the viewfinder exactly one length of it underneath the crack from the side. Something like that. Okay, that works. Fine. Let's do the setup. Got the rune selected for my pet. Self into position over here. A straight line from the top. Should be perfect. Yeah, I totally messed that up then. I had like a little bit of a hitch. The character like got stuck and threw me off. Just like to say that I'm not giving excuses. I'm just trying to give context to what specifically went wrong this time. The hope is that if I can understand what I did wrong, I can fix it, improve it, and actually get it right. So that is the goal. I totally missed that one. I didn't fire the weapon. Well, either I didn't click it or something, but by the time the sun flask went flying on the second side, it just hit the wall in the middle rather than up at the target. I missed both of the switches. Right as I clicked, I noticed that my mouse moved. Or I moved my mouse. And it was totally off target, so that one was on me. Basically, I gotta be extra careful not to move my mouse after I click it. Yeah, I think I missed the target on my side. Also, the mouse did move when I clicked it, so gotta work on that. I just realized something. If I, instead of using my mouse to shoot, I use an input, I can save the hassle of the mouse suddenly moving. I'm wondering now. So if I deselect the rune, Skeleton Knight still select it. Go for it. No. Okay, I'm changing order of operations now. So basically, rather than firing with the mouse and then risking it move, okay, I'm going to fire with my keyboard, and that way I don't have to worry about it. We should see what happens. I'm going to try to fire with my keyboard. Somehow got the rune deselected. Trying to get the order of operations good again. Because I need to fire and then move off to the side. Do I actually have to deselect target? If I could avoid deselecting this target, it would save me such a big amount of hassle. Yeah, unfortunately I do. Okay, so basically, I'm going to try to fire using the keyboard. This is super confusing. I'm going to test it just a few more times so I get the hang of it. And then I'll try it for good. Every time I make one of these adjustments, it becomes a little bit better. Just need to get all the little things in place so it works. Yeah, when I come down this hallway, if I don't look up when I fire, it's just going to fire at the floor. Okay, I guess we give it a shot with the speed boost. Nah. The whole point is we're trying to solo this. I appreciate the help. I mean, if you want to try to test out things and see if you can figure out what's going on, I'd appreciate that. I've used up all of my speed boosts. I need to rest and get them back. Yeah, if I'm going to use the attack on my keyboard, the reason, well, I explained at the beginning of the stream, the reason I'm using the flask and not a regular projectile is because they're all too fast. And basically, I need to be able to gain extra time. So it's already cutting it very, very close to the margin of doing it in time. Basically, yeah, it activates, yeah. I'll show you, no problem. You stand right over here. and you throw it basically with a straight line down from the top center crack and a little bit underneath a horizontal line from the one on the right. Now, this is the whole stream. Flies just past the spike and hits the thing, dead on. Yes, this is speedrun levels of complicated. I mean, no wonder nobody's soloed it yet. Wow, I completely messed that one up. What other way can I use to unselect? Because the problem is, I still need to click on the mouse to unselect things. But the truth is I can actually not unselect it. I can just step back for the rune. Wondering if I can get... Let's see if I can hit this rune from farther back in the hallway. Basically, this is as far as you can go before it like deselects the rune. If you go a little bit farther, it already deselects the rune. If I can hit the thing from here, so what I can do is take one step back, and that will deselect it for me. Well, technically that works, so let's see if I can get these two runes to work at the same time. So basically like this. I've got the rune selected. And I'm going to stand in position. I'm going to fire it right after I take one step back. See if I can do it without actually using the mouse at all. Here we go. I'm going to let go of the mouse and let's see if it works. Well, I've proven that I can do it without actually touching the mouse. So this might help me with the consistency when it comes to firing down this hallway. Let's see if I can do it a few more times. I just need to get all the little actions right. I'll be with my hand on the mouse, but yeah. Yeah, the reason why I'm running down the hallway is just so I can see the results, to see it actually works. But yeah, but if I can do it like this, I'll save myself the hassle of actually having to unselect. So I don't have to do any more inputs than necessary with the mouse. Yeah, let's do it a few more times and then we'll go for it. Here's the truth about this whole thing. If you're not willing to put in the time and effort into making the small little adjustments, like the improvements, you're never going to get there. I mean, once somebody figured out how to do it and kind of unlocked all the necessary steps, it's different. But if you're trying to be a pioneer and figure it out for yourself, you can't just fall into something that's comfortable and say, okay, that's good enough. If it's not good enough, you'll have to, well, change what you've put into what you've practiced already, which is not fun, I'll tell you that much. Come on. Be in position. With Winterwolf, it would be much faster. Voodoo pointed that out to me, that Winterwolf has better movement speed and a longer long jump. Unfortunately, I don't have a Winterwolf. Also, I'll still have to have some kind of wolf who's got the ability to pick locks and stuff. That didn't work at all. Yeah, the problem I'm finding is if I use this backup suggestions, I'll take. I want to solo it, so if you got any suggestions, I'll take it. But I've already done it duo. I actually did it on stream with Axel once. And I've done it what's it called? Solitary many times. That means me with a whole bunch of extra accounts. So the goal is to solo it. But thank you very much, Hunter, for the what's it called? For the suggestion. If you've got any suggestions, I will take that. Not above asking for help. The thing with the skeleton is there's way too many things to tell him to do all at once. So if I tell him to activate this from here, I'll show you. If I tell him to activate from here, so now basically I've activated a timer. He's going to start running towards this thing. And in the time that it takes him to run and get to the rune, I'm already at the end of the other hallway. Now the second problem is, if I tell him to stand still, where he was over there, well, as soon as he's finished running towards the rune, he's going to run back, which is not what I want, because I need him to stand right at the end of the hallway. So basically, I'm telling him to activate the rune. Yeah, I'll show you. I've got him standing still. You can see the keyboard on my screen. I've got the letter N to activate, and then the letter H is going to tell him to no longer stand still. So basically, now he can move. Yes, this is a very long sequence. So basically, he's going to activate it, and hopefully when he's finished activating this rune, he'll just try to get to me, standing at the other side of this barrier, and he'll stand over here on this ledge. And if he does that, so then when I tell him to activate this lever, he'll be standing right next to it. So that's like the whole procedure. Yeah, and also the location of where he starts running is very important. If he's too far away, he won't get there in time. He's too close, he'll start backtracking, which is not good. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm racing my immortal sun flask. Oh, by the way, regular sun flasks don't work like that. They just have this terrible little arc, wimpy thing. So the immortal sun flask flies slowly, relatively speaking, flies slowly in a straight line. So that's what we're trying to do. We got to throw it, has to go in a straight line, and hopefully we get there before. So I seem to be beating the skeleton to the rune. So yeah. We've been slowly but surely improving small little pieces of this puzzle. Hopefully to get it all to work together. Thank you. I think I missed the lever. Here's the thing, I was doing a stream with all the setups and I was working on it. And only after when I reviewed the footage did I find that I actually successfully got all 6 lit at the same time. Now it wasn't for long enough, so the door didn't open, but the sequence worked. It actually happened, so I believe now it's possible. So since then I've increased my movement speed by like 3%. And trying to perfect all the rest, these small little adjustments to get it just right. Yeah, both shooting runes didn't work this time. Yeah, but if I want to try to change the sequence, yeah, but you can't really do that with the pet so much. It doesn't really work that good. And that's not what's making me fail it. Yeah, that's why basically the skeleton can do 2 runes no problem. And basically I need the Sun Flask to hit on par with the first rune. I wish I could make it hit between the 2, that would be the best. If I could get the thing to go even slower, that would be the best. Yeah, this should be possible. I clicked one too many times on the select next. When I get to the end over here, let's move the skeleton, I'll show you. When I get to the end over here, I'm supposed to land exactly like this. So I don't have to play around. So basically I hit this rune, and while I'm activating it, I turn around and face in this angle. Then I hit my select next twice. See, it auto-selects the lever on that side. I tell him to activate it. And then as he's activating it, I try to activate this one. Okay, so basically, once I get here and click this, I have to hit select next twice. If I hit it once, he'll pull it. They'll pull the wrong lever, so. 1, 2. Sorry. 1, 2. Then activate. He's on the wrong side. You mean using the wall as a hard stop like this? That sounds like a good suggestion. Try to actually use the wall as a dead stop. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You know what? Yeah, let's try that. Let's try to actually smash into the wall to use it. Good. This is what I need. Suggestions from the community. That might have saved me another few hours of guessing and figuring it out. Here we go. Let's try this. I'll just do a practice run. I'll leave the skeleton up. Just fire and go. That was terrible. Yeah, I don't want to... If I jump, it's not good. These stairs also drive me crazy. Something about them. You get stuck on them. If you hear, you get stuck. Here, if you hear, you don't get stuck, so. I guess I'm trying to optimize it for this. Yeah, the floor dips a little bit. So if I hit it over here, it goes up no problem. If I hit it over here, I get stuck. Yeah, but I want to try to aim like this, and hopefully I can consistently get to the rune. Let's see if I can just get this final sequence good. Not selecting the second rune if I'm standing too close to the wall. Yeah, that's a problem. It won't select the second lever. You see how when I'm hitting select next, it's going selecting between the two levers. You can see them light up. If I'm standing too close to the wall, it only selects this target. I'll have to like turn more to the right. Well, it actually does work, but I have to turn more. Don't worry, we haven't given up yet. Yeah, that should work. Because like this, I don't have to worry about trying to place myself exactly here, which is something that's it's a pretty tight location to get exactly to this point. Since I'm not standing here and trying to fire at the thing up top, I don't need to do that. A few more times. This time I didn't get that one selected. That was weird. Yeah, this is going to be a problem if when I hit select next, if it doesn't always default to what I'm expecting, so I'm going to have problems with it. Because if I have to react to which one it's selected, it's going to be a problem. Let's place the skeleton knight at the end. Try to do all the little pieces just to see if I can get them to work. So I'm going to put this guy like literally right on top of this thing, where I'd expect him to stand, like something like this. Let's see if we can get it to work. Also, he's dying. The way you heal him is with harm scrolls you can buy from the Hall of Heroes for mysterious remnants. I need to swap all my items to have proper UMD. UMD stands for Use Magical Device, an ability that allows people who are not proficient with certain magic items to use them anyway. Good enough. Okay, so let's just test the final sequence. I'm running down the hallway. Look up. I missed both of those. Again. This is probably another one of those big problems. If I'm not consistent with this firing thing, again, I'll fail. What? New problem. Yeah, both sides didn't activate. These are very, very flimsy. I did not tell him to activate it. It was a bit too slow over there. Too much to the left, hit the stair. Where is he off to? He like went to a walk or something. Yeah, because there's so many little things here that are not consistent, the inconsistencies all stack up with each other, which makes it terrible. Yeah, I did activate it. I did tell him to activate it at least. But he didn't. Yeah, that was better. No. This time he was nowhere to be found, but that's his fault. I just confirmed that he actually did it. Yeah, we've got to solve the consistency issue with this target lever also. So it's not only this part coming down the hallway and actually hitting this thing. I feel like I'm getting the hang of this. It's the whole targeting system. I'm not actually hitting the lever on the top. Let's find the best setup for this also. So right now, basically, I just want to see I can hit both levers consistently. Nope. Not good. Well, it hasn't been done yet. As far as I know, nobody has done it yet. But we're attempting and hoping that we can actually get it done. Basically, I need to race this sun flask to the other side. Yeah, something is off about the targeting. Let's see if I can do the whole thing without actually moving my mouse at all. But let's see if I can get like, I'll go slowly, but I want to see if I can leave the mouse in place and not move it. See if I can get the whole thing to work. No, the angle's not right. It won't hit the target. No, I'll check it again. Just to make sure. Nah, it's not the point. We need something that I can race down the hallway and be faster than it. Yeah, I basically almost won. I mean, if I use my speed boost, I can actually win against the Sun Flask. I can get to the end of the hallway before it. Basically, I need the Sun Flask to arrive at the other side right as I'm getting... Well, it'll do one tunnel, I'll do the other one. Yeah, but I go down the other whole way, and while I throw the sun flash down this way. So if you have anything that goes even slower, that would be good. I did check rune arms before you mention it. I wish rune arms would work. That would be a saving grace. Because if I could get a rune arm to work, anything like forgot what it's called, trash shot or one of those things, it goes super slow. It barely moves, and I could like no problem beat it to the end of the hallway, and it give me way more time, and flexibility, and allow me to get it done. Right now, I seem to have a problem with this. I'm not being consistent enough on hitting this this target. So I fixed the consistency issues on the other side. Well, fixed. They're way more consistent now. Yep, practice. But it's also, before I need to make sure I've got a proper setup before I'm practicing, because there's no point in practicing something that's useless. So I finally got this side to where I feel like I've got a proper setup and I can hit it every time. I'll show you something that I wasn't noticing before. If I aim like this, what I was actually doing is I was hitting this spike on the top, and that was like the AoE damage was, or something, was activating the switch. But that's not good because it means it's detonating too early. I need it to go that extra little distance to give me a bit of extra time. So I had to make sure that the offset, again, I'm shooting blind. I can't actually see the target. It's a lot of trial and error to get to the exact location. But standing over here, if I shoot just a little bit lower, well, thank MardarX for the follow. Appreciate it. So yeah, if I aim just like this and I shoot, this should go just underneath the spike and hit the target. So that extra little bit is what I need to gain that distance. So yeah, so basically I think I figured out this side and the setup. That was one problem. So we've got that done. I think I've got the skeleton location to someplace around here. It is like the proper length I need to give him to start running and getting the switch. But now it's the consistency issue on the second side, because even when I do hit on this side, I am not hitting on the other side. So, set up. The sun flask is literally planted right over there. But it didn't hit it, which is very annoying, and I have no idea why that does that. And sometimes it hits it with no problem, so I gotta see what the setup is for this to make this side consistent. I want to see if sticking to the wall is better or worse. Let's try to hug this wall and see if it's any better. Nope. Tried a few times. While I'm at it, I probably should try to see if I actually hit the other side also, just to make sure that my consistency is still up. Yeah, the other side's on, so that side was good, but this side I didn't hit at all. I mean, there might be a better way to do this side, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, the thing who I'm afraid of is I don't want to clip these spikes. I mean, it's not the electricity that I'm worried about. It's just it slows me down. Well, again, I need to beat it to the end. If I throw something that's too fast, so by the time it will activate, I'll run out of time. Oh, sorry, it will deactivate before I ever have time to do it. So changing the type of weapon doesn't really help me. The Sun Flask is, for now, the best weapon I have. Also, another thing is, when it comes to running down the hallway, I have two ways of going fast. I've got my wings, and I've got my spring attack. Now, spring attack only works with a melee weapon. So that's why I'm always swapping back to my melee weapon so I can use a spring attack. I do have Abundant Step, but Abundant Step doesn't work when you're not centered. And a Sun Flask makes me not centered. So basically, the only way I can do a long jump with the Sun Flask is using the Angelic Charge, which is the wings. And then I have to swap to my Quarterstaff. How would changing to a different weapon help you with the timing? Right now, the timing is not the problem. The timing is also... The real problem I have is that I'm actually not hitting the target. So the one over here I'm hitting just fine. But while I'm trying to run down the other hallway... Yeah, I need something to hit this thing. First flask hits, then you can hit left top, then get other two. Oh, there's no timing limit. There's no collective timing limit. Here's the thing. They basically made it so this thing lasts 5 seconds, and this thing lasts 5 seconds. But activating each one of them takes 2 seconds. Okay? So you can't really do all of them at the same time, but you can hit the target because that takes less than 2 seconds. So basically, this is one of the strategies everybody does. Sorry. Pulls, jump shoots, and then pulls the second one. Okay? Each one of them is only 5 seconds long. So once I throw the Sun Flasks down the hallway, that's going to go flying down the hallway and hit the target. Meanwhile, I've also set the pet to go run and pull the first rune. Those should hit kind of at the same time. The thing, even when I get all 6 at the same time, usually the thing who runs out is the top switch, the target lever. So I basically tell the pet to start going, then I fire, and I start running down the other side. Halfway down this tunnel, I've been trying to fire up at the target lever. Again, so once I get to the end, I can hit this. While I'm doing that, I select the next target, tell my pet to do it, and then I pull this one. So yeah, it is honestly too many things to do. I'll be doing it once. I mean, to be fair. I mean, it would be nice if they added like another 1 second to the timing. It would have been solos a long time ago. I mean, there is another completely different way that might be possible to do it. But that involves standing in place at a certain angle. Something like this. Why that thing doesn't work, I don't know. You can only have one pet. And they don't allow you to have hirelings and raids. I mean, this was deliberately set up to not be able to be done solo, like mechanically. They were trying very hard to make sure that nobody would ever solo it. As if that's going to try to stop me. Yeah, I just need to figure out the consistency on this. I need to come up with some new tech for this side. Because I'm not... Yeah, it's not going good. Oh, it's not like they designed the flasks to be able to make you do this. Previously, nobody did it, so now that there's a flask, so now there's potentially a way to do it. We shall see. Well, that one hit. Yeah, previously, I was trying to make sure that I hit my first flask right here. Wasn't high enough. That was too late already. Need to look higher, maybe? Nope. Okay. Let's take this point, this like bulging part of the rock. Let's use it as our anchor point to when I want to fire and how high I need to fire. I wasn't close enough to the bulge. Nope. Well, that worked. Maybe I can use this wall then? Yeah, the consistency issues is what's killing me over here on this side. I can run down this place another million times, but if I can't get this to be consistent somehow, ain't gonna work. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. Why is it like frozen over there, midair? I mean, technically, you could do like this. The only problem is that the time that while I'm setting up this rune, I'm too busy setting up the pet to click on the next rune to be able to also jump and fire. Like, there's too many things going on at the same time. Well, I guess we need to set up for this thing. There's got to be something I can do very fast while running. Sorry. Yeah, something I can do very fast while running down a hallway. It's kind of annoying that while I'm streaming, I'm using press to talk, but that's on my mouse, which is not good because it means it's moving my mouse all the time. So far, I think there's two main problems I'm having. One is I'm not looking up high enough. And this particular spike over here is really in the way. So if I come straight down the hallway, I'm risking knocking into it. I had the same problem on the other side. Wondering if you can do this setup on this side. This place symmetrical? Well, you can do this trick on this side, so. Is it better? Is there any reason why I should maybe swap sides? I mean, it's going to be very jarring, but it might be worth it. Actually, there is a major reason why. I've just spotted it. Everything about this section is symmetrical. Almost. There's an extra bulge on the wall over there that doesn't exist here. So technically, I might be able to get farther back on this wall than on that side. See this part over here? Doesn't exist on this side. Let's see if I can hit it from this side if I stand here. Nope, gotta be a bit higher and a bit more to the right. Probably gonna hit the spike. Yeah. Guess we stand exactly here and see what happens. I mean, it hits the lever and it explodes, but it doesn't actually activate it. I mean, to be honest, I so far haven't been able to hit the lever from any place farther back than this crack in the wall. Even a few steps back and it doesn't work. We're going to try anyway. Ooh. Oh, that's the farthest back I've been able to hit this thing. This might be something new. Previously I was standing at this crack, now moved it back to here. See if I can get it 3 times in a row. Using a mirror setup of the other side. That one didn't work. I guess a bit higher. Or a bit more to the right. All I know is it did work, but I don't know exactly how. Too bad I don't have like instant replay to see how I did it. I already forgot what the setup was. It was a little bit on an offset. Thing is, I don't want to commit the wrong version of it to memory. Oh. Here, this is why this is so important. Every small bit of distance I can gain can make a huge difference when it comes to actually hitting the target. Yeah, that was basically one-to-one, a mirror version of the other side, so. Let's see again. A little bit below the horizontal line and a bit to the left of the vertical line. You want to know what I mean by lines? You can see the hallway. It has like these two little bends in it. So the intersection points is what I'm using for left and right and up and down. Those are my markers. So a bit to the right, a bit to the left of the horizontal one and a bit below the vertical one. Sorry, the opposite. A bit below the vertical one, a bit to the left of the horizontal one. Nailed it. Okay, so let's say I can get this to be consistent. Now, is it any easier to hit this on the other side? You know what? Maybe I should always double check to make sure that my art of the targeting is enabled. Oh my gosh. Spending, I don't know, 30 minutes trying to figure out why I can't hit this target. That's why. Because my auto targeting wasn't enabled. Ooh, he didn't pull his thing, but other than that, it was close. I clicked twice. Actually, I clicked 3 times on the select next. And I made him select the wrong lever. I hit B 3 times. And he was already targeting at the room, so I let it go. The great big checklist on things you need to check before you do this should add, make sure auto targeting is enabled. We got all 6, but not in time. Kind of stumbled, hesitated too much at the end over there. I think my mouse moved this time again. Wow. Well, I could almost see it. I did hesitate a little bit at the beginning of the hallway. Oh, so I'm all out of action boosts. And so we call recall and reset. Also, I just realized that Twitch says I'm on the wrong server. Got to change that. Poof, now I'm on Orion. Might find it odd, but every time I'm doing this, I'm rerunning, what's it called? I'm doing the whole first part of the quest just because I don't want to have to find myself having to go through the door twice. If miraculously somehow I get past it. Although because I'm using my action boost, I don't actually need to have the extra speed, so let's change some epic destinies. Like, I don't need all of this. Might as well get myself, rather than using this to get another 15% action boost to my movement speed. Since I'm using the action boost the sprint action boost. So I'm at full speed anyway, so might as well reclaim some of the action points here and put them into Dreadnought, and then I'll get more action boost charges. Boost is up to 12. In which case, Crusade. Whatever. Legendary Dreadnought, let's take all the action boost charges. Yeah, 3 additional action boost charges per rest. So now we'll have 12 before we rest. What else do I need here? Okay, so now I've got 12 action boosts for extra speed. Should be good. Teleport myself over to House Kundrak to go stand next to the quest. Yeah, we're about ready to try again. But before that, I'm going to take my short union break, so I don't have to feel like I'm stressed. And yeah, so I'll be back in a few. You go heat up your coffee or something like that if you want. See you soon. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. How's your break going? Yeah, this intermission screen is basically, I wanted something that goes by very fast, so it's basically a race. It's kind of like timed race. One of them is running through the entirety of Ravenloft, from the entrance all the way to Von Richten's tower, and the other one is soloing Tempest Spine, and then I've got a solo over Zawabi's Revenge. So yeah, that's what that is. So, yeah, I guess we get back to the stream. So yes, welcome back everyone. Hope you're doing okay. For anyone joining now, we are about to attempt, again, to try to solo Von 5. That's the agenda for right now. We've changed up some things about the build to give myself some more action boosts, and now we're going to step in. So let's go. I'm going to be doing it on Heroic Elite.
You emerge into the vault's central shaft, already secured by the Laughing Knot. The Drow Empress veils.
First things first is let's go get the signet ring, just in case we do get past the door. I don't have to go past it twice, so we gotta go find Otto Knucklebones and kill him, and take his ring. It's a security ring, used to get past some barriers. Basically, if you've got the security ring in your bag, it'll, yeah. Hey, thank you very much. I hope to entertain you in the best possible way. Hopefully we can get it done. One of DDO's, I think, longest standing achievements. Or challenges, however you want to put it. I appreciate the encouragement. Much needed.
Otto Knucklebones has been strapped into evil-looking armor, his face twisted with the twisted body of Otto Knucklebones finally relaxes into death. His blood-caked fist unclenches, revealing a signet ring of exquisite...
Yeah, we got the signet ring from Otto Knucklebones. Go back to the center now, get the voice of the master, and try to get past those vault doors. Okay, so over here, talk to Otto Knucklebones. Sorry, Haywire. And he should give us the voice.
The glyph on this portal reads, Maintenance.
Yeah, we got Haywire's voice and Arcane Signet Ring. We are good to go.
Dirge of Karnath grins. The corridor is divided by a force wall and lined with deadly-looking traps on both sides. A complex set of controls waits at the end of the gauntlet.
Let's just disable all these traps so they're not in the way. As you can see, they don't really do much but tickle me, but my pet standing here will die to these traps, especially on Elite. Okay, everything has been disabled. Let's go get our pet. Stand up here. Select a room. We're going to pick up where we stopped before. Yeah, I'm going to stand here. I'm going to tell my pet to go activate the room, then tell him to no longer stand in place. Then I'm going to fire a projectile and unselect that room. Then start running down the other hallway, fire towards the other rune, swap my main weapon, use the spring attack to get to the end of the hallway, select the rune on the left. While I'm activating it, turn to the right, and place select next and tell my pet to activate that one, and then I'll activate the last one. Easy peasy, no problem. Oh, I forgot, I have to activate the action boost before I start. I saw all 6 of them lit up. So consistency is here. Timing is not. We'll get it. Hopefully. Hopefully soon. I feel like I can improve a bit on the start. Just between the time when I fire it and I start moving. Just a little slow. But I have to be very careful not to move the mouse. That's the big problem. Well, once again, we had all 6 lit up, so. Good, good. Hey, he didn't activate this thing. I just wanted to make sure there isn't some kind of inherent problem with that lever that prevents him from clicking on it. I mean, come on. Maybe I should tell I'll put the skeleton a bit farther back. He has a bit more to run, and hopefully he doesn't step off that ledge. Here's the thing, I want them to stand... Once he finishes this rune, I want him to stand on this ledge and come directly to me like this. I don't want him to walk off in this direction. So hopefully if I tell him to stand a little bit more back, he'll just be finishing this rune before he activates this one. So, start farther back. Start from about here. He was standing on it. Why didn't he activate it? Could be I'm not mashing the use button fast enough. Need to hit it twice. Maybe. It's either that or I'm telling him to do something, or I'm clicking on something else before I hit the use button, which is a problem. He's trying to use the lever on my side. Could be that's what's happening. That makes more sense, actually. I'm telling him accidentally to try to use the lever on my side. Again, they're all lit up. Lit up. Lit up. Come on. Why are you running to here? I told you to activate that thing. Well, now you can't do it. You're on the wrong side. That didn't hit. I saw it not hit. I was like, nope. Never mind. Whoops. I zoned out for a second. Yeah, you gotta figure out the consistency issue with the switch. Not sure why it doesn't activate it. I mean, it's all fine if I tell him to activate it. We got all the timing right, but if he doesn't do it, got a problem. I just told him a direct commandment, like, do it. He didn't. Yeah, there seems to be a problem. If I just tell him to hit it once, sometimes he does it, sometimes he doesn't. Very odd. I'm not sure what's going on over here. I'll just hit it twice. Hope for the best. I should probably put him closer. He seems to not be good when he's standing like on top of the room. So let's move him back to this area. And those I didn't hit the target this time. But that was expected because my mouse moved. Okay, that was completely my fault. I told him to stop standing still. And I thought I didn't press it hard enough. I told him again. Then he stood still. And that completely threw everything off. Okay, well, 12 charges are down. We've got 12 more to go. Hopefully we get it before that. This is my second full run of this quest for today, and yeah. So, let's hope for the best, but if I don't make it, we're going to go do something else. A few years ago, I did a solo run of Temple of the Deathworm. I needed a pet to pull the final lever. So I got this guy, and he was way underpowered. So I ended up changing a whole bunch of things about my gear, filigrees and whatnot, just to give him like 1,000 hit points. Then I realized that as a monk, I didn't have any way to heal him. So the only way to heal him was using harm scrolls. So I'm very lucky you can actually just buy in stock from the Hall of Heroes. Okay. Story aside, let's get back to what we're doing. Count off our remaining attempts. That initial start was just too slow. Why does he try to get to me on this side? Maybe I need to move closer to this place. I'll try that. I'll try to move over a little bit. See if that helped at all. Yeah, I missed a thing at the top, but if I move a little bit closer, it should help with the consistency, I think, with the skeleton pulling the lever. I knew I missed it, but I still went for the end, just to see if the rest of the setup was good. I didn't see the light on the right center light up. I might have missed it. Well, at least I hit the targets. Seven more attempts to go. I didn't hit either of the targets. I mean, I can see the flask. I actually did hit the top one. Sorry. I actually hit the right. I was surprised there for a second. But I didn't hit the left. Again, what's wrong with this guy? Oh, 4 more charges to go. I completely messed up all the rest. 2 more to go. He was standing right there. Okay, final one. Nope. Well, I am sorry, but no more attempts for today. Something I've learned a long time ago is if you're going to do a lot of these attempts, you don't want to lose your mind. You better make sure you pace yourself. Too much of it and you just go crazy. So I'm going to change characters and yeah, let's run some raid or something. I'm not sure what. So swap characters. Also, I've got to change all of my key bindings because all these key bindings are total nonsense when it comes to normal gameplay. At least this time I've made sure that my background has something to show for it when I turn off my my game. Come on, log in. Yeah, I have explained already once how the key mapping, the key bindings work. Basically, there's a default setting, and when you log into the game, it keeps those settings. And when you log out, not when you crash or X out by using Task Manager, but if you log out, it will save that. Will save the new key binding setting into a file. So I've just swapped that file, but I had to log back in. Can't do it like mid game. We're just going to override whatever I have. I want to check something. Do I have immunity to petrification? Should have it someplace. Not on these items. Where did I have it? If I don't have it, I can just slot it in. Um, I think I'm at my dodge cap anyway, so let's just check. Armor class, dodge. What's my dodge cap? No, I need to dodge. This is yellow. I had a green slot, I could slot it in here. Spell resistance, devotion, insightful PRR. Let's see if I have a ring with a green slot. Check all the rings I've got. Could do something with this one. This is like a base level ring. Really want a ring with a dual slots. Maybe the auction house has one. Basically, I'm going through here, hoping to find a ring that has two slots. I want one of them to be green. The truth is, even just one green slot is great, but I really need both. Now we can check the shard exchange. I always check to see if there's something for platinum before I check if there's something for shards. Nope. Nothing with so much as a green slot. ghostly. I don't have ghostly from any other place. The claw accessory is opened. Go to Isle of the Dread and see. Here's the thing. I can add petrification immunity. If I can find it in my bank someplace. Essence of the Ultimatum. But this thing you need to have a green slot for. Go to Isle of Dread, see the crafting for a second. I want to try to see if I can solo Epic Abbot on Elite. I've done it already on normal and hard, but never done it on Elite. And then would be nice. I've got a claw slot. These are weapons. I get my spell power in here. Yeah, the only thing that I can get here that's worth anything is I could take positive spell power and give up the devotion of this particular item. Then I have to see what kind of ring I can do with spell resistance, devotion, Seifel's physical sheltering. Maybe there's something here. Let me just check the builder. Basically what I'm doing is I'm checking now. There's a website that allows me to pre-build any kind of item I want. So taking a ring. Nah, doesn't have anything good on it. What was the stat that I put on this thing? I already put dexterity in here. I should have all the rest of the things. Do I have wisdom? I think I have wisdom. Intelligence is the only one I don't have at all. I guess I could slot in intelligence. Thing is, I don't really need it right now. There a blue slot that I don't need that I can use for this sapphire of accuracy. Accuracy. Oh, actually, if I get a blue, if I have a ring with a blue slot, I can use it over here. Any other colorless augments I'm not using? Yellow over here. I guess I can use the insightful strength, dump it over here, and then I'll have an extra blue and green. Go check my airship. My airship has got a chest full of optional stuff. Actually go through the Hall of Heroes and get the VIP bonus. See what they're giving out this month. Let's see. Okay, I just got the storm cloud. Let's see how it looks. It'll be added to my stable. My guess is going to look like the carpet, but you're going to look like you're working on a storm cloud. Yeah, but it looks like the way it's supposed to look is wrong. Oh, wait a second. Could be it's a 1 second. Is it in feet? I'm pretty sure it's a mount. Let's just click all the mounts. Maybe we should go someplace you can actually see what I'm doing. Like my airship. As I mentioned at the beginning of this stream, for some reason you can always, it's always sunny up here. Well, I don't know what's up with the store. So, maybe it's just in my inventory? I don't know. Sorry. Mount to account. Mount certificate. Stormcloud. My bad. Let's try again. Where did it go? Do I have to like log in or something? Mount certificate, Stormcloud. Okay, now it's added. Stormcloud. Looks like a horse, but yes, here we go. Finally. There's a lot of unnecessary faffing about just to get one thing to work. Yeah, but this, I suspected this is what it was going to look like. Yeah, basically it's the flying carpet, but a storm cloud. Yeah, back to what we're doing before. I really need to run a whole bunch of raids and get some threads of fate. So I can push this character to the level. To, like, true endgame. See if we got any double slotted rings, or at least something with a green slot. See what we got in here. Green, fine. Yellow. We got a green slot ring. Let's see what about this chest. All these chests have the same search filter, so if you select one of them and you put it on like rings, they're all just looking for rings. Fine, let's just get one of the green rings. Let's get it over with. I can move this diamond of insightful strength over to this. Here's a problem I have. I don't want to have to craft it and then craft it again. Because it's got insightful stuff on it, and that's like kind of wasteful. That's ultimately my problem. There's a very good chance I'm going to change up the stuff anyway. Make sure it's keyed for crafting. Let's go here. Let's get ourselves a max level shard. Spell resistance, that's the first one. Second one we need is fortification. Sorry, not fortification. We need devotion and sheltering. Insightful physical sheltering. Plenty of these. Craft. And devotion. Okay. Drop this into here. Take it, drop it in the machine. Go to the end. Max level, 32. Craft. Give it an extra slot. Yes. Craft. Give it spell resistance. Insightful physical sheltering. I already had one of those. Good to know. Insightful, or I double clicked it before. Insightful physical sheltering and devotion. Okay, let's get ourselves to ultimatum. Let's see if I've got another insightful strength plus 5. Let's see, insightful, dexterity, charisma, intelligence. No, so I need a toolkit. Jeweler's toolkit. Here we go. Goes here, this goes here. Let's take the previous ring, this one, drop it in here. We need to unslot this insightful strength 5. Got it, unslotted. Now we need to go back to the bag, take this out. And now we take the new ring. Here we go. And Essence of Ultimatum. Essence of Ultimatum. Put this on. Take this. Drop this in the bank meanwhile. And we need to add this. No, sorry. Insightful Strength. Okay, augmented it. So exactly where we were before, plus now we're our immunity to petrification. Just put the jeweler tools back in the bank so I don't lose them. Never know which character of mine will want to use them. And then I'll have to try to go find them. But anyway, let's give a honest attempt at soloing Epic Abbot. I believe I did all the flagging for like every single raid with this character, so hopefully I didn't forget something. Previously, I updated the size of my webcam image on screen, so I had to like change a few things, but whatever. Okay, they've already picked up this quest. Truth is, I haven't played this character in some time. I hope I don't forget how to play him. I'll be fine. Mark of Death on Elite. Let's see how it goes. Not very well, apparently, and got kicked out. Excuse me? Why can't they get in? See if I can get into the Ascension Chamber, or is it just something bugged out with this place? I could get into the Ascension Chamber. Won't be able to solo this, because I can't self-resurrect, but okay. Well, that wasn't a problem, so let's try again. Things all glitched out. Not letting me in. Come on. How about a different difficulty? What about hard? Nope, won't let me in. Not sure why. Anyone have a clue why you won't let me in? Yeah, it's probably a in-game bug though. Nothing in particular against me, but I'm saying it's not like I forgot the flag or some kind of thing, because it's not giving me any message other than just not letting me in. Is this a known bug? Was this happening before also? And why did they close in the first place? Well, if it's closed, it's closed. Too bad. Okay, fine. I guess we can try some other raid. Got it. Well, that's unfortunate. I see. Fine, let's just see how far we can get inside of a epic, what's it called? Master Artificer. I meant legendary Master Artificer. If we fail on legendary, we can go back and do it on normal.
I am Tovin de Cannith. If you know me at all, then you will understand that I merely intend to help the Warforged, nothing more. Please leave my workshop now. If you do not, well, there will be consequences.
We got just how much health these buggers have. Each one of them's got like 1/3 HP.
My poor guards. How you are quick to kill the ones I've saved from their misery. No doubt your minds have been poisoned by Channa's lies. Still, you should be careful about the choices you make. I'm not a man to be trifled with. Doubtless Channa told you that I am hurting the Warforged. Well, that is not true. I am merely cleansing them of the flaws we built. Have you encountered the Lord of Blades?
And the problem with this build is he doesn't have any range, so I don't know how he's going to do the end fight.
The Lord of Blades claims that the Warforged are superior to us in every way. Would it shock you if I said I almost agree with that monster?
I'll
We did
look for it
give the
soon.
Warforged superior bodies. But then we all... However, I have discovered a way to fix the Warforged.
A dim image of Tovin stands in the middle of this room. So
I must refuse. I can't give up just when the need for my work is greatest. The Cannith leadership will come to its senses after I have adjusted the Warforged.
this key is
Let's see if I can open up the secret door.
complex in design.
I don't know how much of a search skill I need, but we'll see. Good news. Pick a fight with everyone together. Save some time. Yeah, because I'm using cleave attacks, attacking 1 or 4 is all the same amount when it comes to DPS, so might as well stack them up.
Corroded piping and elaborate Artificer mechanisms line this crawl space. It's a safe bet that if you start smashing things here, you'll do serious damage to Tovin's device above. The piping looks particularly weak.
Let's get out of here. Probably don't need to kill these guys. If they don't move, they shouldn't actually contribute towards the... what's it called? Dungeon alert. But it's these other guys who are going to be a problem. But so far I don't have a dungeon alert, so I don't care. I don't know, I'm going to survive all the electricity at the end. We'll see. Apparently they can attack me through the floor. I think I should give some context. This basically is a raid that has a heroic version and a used to be an epic version, but now a legendary version. And since it has been made legendary, I have never been able to solo it. So now I am attempting to solo it on the legendary difficulty. On legendary normal, mind you. I just want to get a completion. My ultimate goal is to solo every raid in DDL. Well, to solo every piece of content in DDL. That includes every raid. So far, I've soloed every quest in DDL, but not every raid. But hopefully I'll get there. So far, I've soloed most of the raids. There are currently 40 raids in DDL.
Welcome to my personal testing facility. I'm afraid that we have no more time to debate my plans. Since you are so persistent, I will use you to test some of my best creations. We'll take your measure first. Guards, attack them.
I'm going to focus on the trash first and then clean up the bigger guys later at the end. Right now I'm worried about the part with all the lightning, because there's like these big crystals will show up. I don't know how much damage I can take. So that's the first part I'm worried about. And after that, there's a part where if I do pass the Titans, which I actually think is kind of reasonable. I don't know why I think that, but well, yeah. I think the problem I'm going to have is I have to kill Tovin, and I don't have the DPS, the range DPS to kill him in one round. So get ready for multiple rounds of fighting the golems. Again, if I get that far. It's only these two? Interesting, these guys don't have true seeing. I mean, they're red named. But when I became invisible, he lost me, went running off. So, if he has true seeing, he shouldn't, like, see, like that guy got confused. Like, where are you going? Doesn't make sense to me that they don't have true seeing though, so. I mean, they're legendary monsters. Let's see, what's the next phase?
Deploy the sentinels and the heavy golems. While you're busy with those, I will prepare my next little trick.
Okay, now it's the flying stuff. Start with the floor troops, the small ones. Move on to the flying stuff. And then finish off with the big iron golems. You wait long enough, these guys make it all the way to the floor. Which is very convenient. Gotta keep an eye on my health. Not invincible, and I gotta be careful. Another round of this trash. I don't know why I won't just join up with the rest. Save me time. I think this is the last one. Then next phase. I think we've got crystals and traps, then cannons. Well, we shall see.
A pattern of flashing lights appears above Tobin. What could it mean?
Come on.
Your muscles spasm.
Behold, the purest Caneth crystals ever created. As an arcane power source, they have no equal. Let me show you some of that power right now.
Tovin concentrates and begins to weave a new arcane pattern. You've got to do something about those power crystals.
Well, it seems to be that my hit points are holding up, and that I was worried for nothing about the electricity over here. Let's hope that that stays true. Based on how long it's taking me to destroy these crystals, you can already imagine just how long the end fight will take. Again, if I get there.
A pattern of flashing lights appears above Tovin. What could it mean? Your muscles spasm as the floor below you starts to crackle.
Blast you!
Ooh.
Your stubbornness will ruin everything. It's time for me to
The,
end
the
this.
cannons are now, and then the titans.
Titans!
I needed to log out and log back in so my devotion ring wouldn't have the durability bug. Unfortunately, I forgot to. Durability bug basically makes it as like a level 5 item or whatever it is when I deconstructed it. And so unless I log back in and back out and back in, I won't fix it.
I dare say that these Warforged Titans are my masterpieces. I put everything I know into these magnificent creations. If they cannot destroy you, by then I may have to reconsider my position.
He's already with the attack, and I still haven't finished the other cannons. Might be better to just stand next to them and fight him. A key component to this raid, if you're going to solo it, is you got to be immune to knockdown. If not, you'll lose your mind. At least as a melee. They constantly do a knockdown attack. Get rid of this last guy here. I'm afraid of the big shot from the Titan. Hey, don't hit me. No. Hey, thank you very much. Thanks. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. We are here trying to solo, I can't think right now, whatever it's called, Master Artificer, Legendary Master Artificer on normal. Again, thank you very much for the follow. Found out that in melee range, the Titans are actually not that dangerous. The main problem you're going to have with these guys is if you get knocked down all the time. It makes it basically impossible to do anything. Because they try to attack them and you're just on the floor the whole time. But if you can survive that, yeah, you're fine. Hey, Kevin. Thank you. Based on my DPS, I'll probably have to defeat Tovin. I mean, I have to defeat these Titans at least twice. Maybe 3 times. I mean, I'm hoping not, but I'm trying to be realistic here. And that looks like just a bunch of flailing robot arms, but yeah, that's basically what it is. I think I've worked up this character to a point where it's survivable enough to do these raids. It's just the DPS on them is not good enough. I really need to work on that. Yeah, this is going to take some time. Hey, how are you doing? First time I'm seeing somebody use that emote. Looks nicer than I can imagine. Put a lot of effort in making all the custom emotes. Too bad they don't let them to be animated like their original ones. All of those dice were initially made to be animated. Too bad Twitch doesn't allow animated user badges and stuff like that. This is one of these raids that if you have a ranged character, the amount of damage you can do on the Mark III is much bigger. Because I'm standing inside of his aura, so I'm standing in both of them, basically I've got the worst possible scenario. Because I'm missing out on tons of my strength. They're debuffing me. If I step away from them, then I'll be in trouble. Somehow I damaged Mark III too much. Mark II's got too much hit points. Gotta balance them out a bit. Gotta keep on checking on their health, making sure they're basically even. Oh wow. A lot of viewers on Twitch apparently. How are you all doing? Sorry, I'm kind of distracted. I believe this is the farthest I've ever made it into this fight on Legendary Master Artificer. I've already came to the conclusion that I need more DPS if I'm going to do this. But the survivability seems to be just fine. Well. So I gotta do some minor changes to make it so my rage charges refill. They actually stun me. Incredible. I'm out of primary rage. I only have one left. Well, that was pathetic DPS. Hey, but they only go back to 50%. Not bad. Oh. A big whoopsie that I made is didn't realize that the DPS I need for the purple is much higher than the blue. So Mark III needs to be basically dead first because he's the one who's causing me to have such slow damage per second. Also, maybe I should use my attack boost haste versus my sprint boost next time. This is going to turn into a slogfest very fast. Take forever. Yeah, I need better DPS. Well, I'm glad that I'm on release. They only go back to 50%, not all the way up to 100%. That'll just be too bad. But I really need to get myself a proper ranged weapon. I mean, maybe somebody here knows. Is there some kind of a way to magically get up there with melee so you can attack Tovin in person, or you have to do it ranged? Yeah, the biggest weakness of this character currently is I haven't made any provisions for ranged. My weapon basically hits levers. That's it. Yeah, and also because of the bug with the item, I don't have my spell resistance or my insightful fortification or my devotion, so my healing is worse. Oh well. I guess this is what it feels like if you're trying to solo something with a tank. Takes forever.
As you down another Titan, the Master
Yeah,
Artificer
I'm not gonna be able to finish this in any kind of normal amount of time. It's gonna take like literally forever. Yeah, I gotta fix up my... I gotta come back with a better weapon. Well, I'm gonna peace out. I'm back prepared. Yeah. The thrown weapon, dinosaur bone throwing axe, basically has nothing in it. It is not gonna cut. I basically need to be able to do it either in 1 or 2 rounds. If I gotta go, I mean, theoretically, I probably could finish it if I stay here. I mean, I'm doing damage. They're not killing me. I don't want to sit here for another hour and do it. Ooh, I just rolled 100. Nice. I need to log out and log back in to fix the item bug. Show the item. This thing, level 32, durability 10, hardness 2. That's like no minimum level. If I log out and log in, it should fix it back to what it's supposed to be. Come on. Go back. Should be fine now. Check the ring again. Suddenly, look how much durability this thing has. 320 and hardness 34. So yeah. This ring betrayed me halfway through the raid. Not like as if I had it, I would be able to finish, just to be clear. Shield with 2 slots. Question is, what's the best ranged weapon for me? Because I need the one thing that will do the absolute maximum amount of damage with the least amount of investment. So right now, I happen to be a swashbuckler. Swashbuckler bard. Now, right now, this throwing weapon, let's see, it uses attack, it uses dex, and damage uses strength. I could take a feat that'll allow me to use attack also based on strength, called brutal strength, a brutal throw, which is better. But let's pretend that my attack isn't a problem. It's still not going to help a lot. Now, I could use a repeating crossbow is probably the best option when it comes to damage. The problem with repeating crossbow is it's not the attack and damage mod to it. That's the serious problem with it. So I can do this. I can use, you can choose your dexterity, intelligence, or charisma for damage with weapon attacks. So fine, I can use this. And how much does this cost? 2 points. I can get 2 points in here for the damage, and then I can, I don't know, Fey Dark, Illusionist, and get a, let's say I use Charisma. What's my highest stat? Charisma? Charisma, Intelligence, or Dexterity. I think they're all exactly the same. 1 second. So this is hilarious. Dexterity, Intelligence, or Charisma. Which one should I use? I've got 44 Dexterity, 44 Wisdom, and 44 Charisma. They're exactly the same amount. They're all terrible. None of them are like Strength. This is a legendary raid. Yeah. So the attack and damage will be, well, terrible. I need to think about how I can get this higher. Short, long sword, fast swords, and great swords. I don't know. I got to think about it. But it felt unsatisfying not to finish that raid. Let's do the heroic version at least. Put on elite.
I am Tovin de Cannith. If you know me at all, then you will understand that I merely intend to help the Warforged, nothing more. Please leave my workshop now. If you do not, well, there will be
Need a rest.
consequences.
Okay, these guys have only 15,000, not 300,000 hit points, so much fat. It turned into a speed run.
How you are quick to kill the ones I've saved from their misery. No doubt your minds have been poisoned by Channa's lies. Still, you should be careful about the choices you make. Doubtless Channa told you that I am hurting the Warforged. Well, that is not true. I am merely... Have you encountered the Lord of Blades and his Bladesworn? The Lord of Blades claims that the Warforged are superior to us in every way. Would it shock you if I said I almost agree with that monster? We did. However, I have discovered a way.
A dim image of Tovin stands in the middle of this room.
I must refuse. I can't give up just when the need for my work is greatest. The Cannith leadership will come to its senses after I have adjusted the Warforged.
Picture of Captain 2 on the wall over here for some reason.
This key is surprisingly complex in design. It must open something important.
You do this optional, it unlocks another chest at the end of the quest. Sadly, you can't just run by all these monsters. You need to kill them if you want to get past the door. Yeah, kill them, the door unlocks.
Corroded piping and elaborate Artificer mechanisms line this crawl space. It's a safe bet that if you start smashing things here, you'll do serious damage to Tovin's device above. The piping looks particularly weak.
To get out of here, and we should use the shrine. I'll use the shrine right before the fight. Yeah, I need about probably like 2,000 threads of fate to finish up this build. I've got like 800 right now. Gotta do some raids. I need to do legendary raids because if I'm going to do things like Hound of Zoriat, you get 8 threads per run. You can't nickel and dime your way to 2,000 threads. You lose your mind. Another annoying aspect about Threads of Fate is you can't pass them in the chest. However, if you do run a solitary run with a bunch of accounts, all of the other accounts, hey, thanks for the follow. All of the other accounts can get collect their own threads, and once they have enough, you can use those accounts to buy the actual item you want. I mean, to buy the filigree you want, and the filigree is unbound, so it's still a way to use multiple accounts with threads.
Welcome to my personal testing facility. I'm afraid that we have no more time to debate my plans. Since you are so persistent, I will use you to test some of my best creations. We'll take your measure first. Guards, attack them.
Okay, this feels much better. Could be 2 more. We were too fast this time. There we go. Second pair over here.
I can see that I will have to try a bit harder. Deploy the sentinels and the heavy golems. While you're busy,
Okay, this time we also have the floating orbs.
prepare my next little trick.
And everyone? Somebody else is here. One of those floating orbs. Where's he hiding? Got him.
A pattern of flashing lights appears above Tovin. What could it mean? Your muscles spasm.
Behold, the purest Caneth crystals ever created.
Okay, this feels much better.
Source they have no equal. Let me show you some of that power right now. Blast you! Your stubbornness will ruin
Okay, now we get
everything.
the
It's time for me
mage
to end
cannons
this.
and
Prepare
then the Titans come out.
Titans!
Hopefully this time I can defeat these guys before the Titans come out. And that's it. Okay, come on, Titans.
I dare say that these Warforged Titans are my masterpieces. I've put everything I know into these magnificent creations. If they cannot destroy you, why then I may have to reconsider my position.
Body.
Fools! Do you understand what you've done? Do you want the Lord of Blades to slaughter the city?
By capturing Tovin, you have saved the Warforged from his mad plan to cleanse their souls. Channa de Caneth
Well, that
will
was
be
much easier.
grateful that you have managed to protect House Caneth's reputation.
$11 minutes. Not bad. If I skipped optional, probably can do it in less than 10. And most importantly, as always, don't forget to turn in your raid. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it quits. That's it. We're nearing 4 hours. I'm done. Yeah, but I want to thank everyone who's joined. A lot of new viewers. Streaming at an hour I'm usually not streaming at, so hopefully you know people. And yeah, hopefully by next time get back to trying to beat Solo Von 5. But yeah, as always, well, thank you all for being my guests on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live, and hope to see you all in my next live stream. Take care. Bye. Also, I'm still here in the background for a few seconds before I close out the stream, but yeah.